Sorry to start off the new year with such a depressing subject, but it's one that I couldn't stay silent about. With recent videos that you might have seen of Logan Paul's that has been put up, you will have seen that he went to Japan. And in Japan, he went to somewhere called a suicide forest, which is a place where people do go to, unfortunately, end their lives for whatever reason. Usually I would ignore Logan Paul's videos, the same as I do with Jake Paul, because I just don't want to waste my time on their videos. But this one really struck a chord with me. And the reason it struck a chord with me is because I know what it is like to find a body. And I don't think that the way that Logan Paul has handled this video and has even put it out at all shows any level of respect to the person who died or to the person who leaves behind that family who has to deal with this now. If you haven't seen the video, I will not be putting up any clip of Logan Paul's video. I don't think that it's a nice thing to show that, even if you are commenting or doing a response video. I think that any footage of this person who chose to end their lives should just be allowed to be completely private. It shouldn't have been publicized by anyone, least of all someone with 15 million followers. If you haven't seen the video, I haven't either. I have only seen the reaction videos that people have put up about this, and I'm still appalled by those reaction videos. It depicts Logan and a few of his friends, I don't know who they are, traveling into the forest and talking about finding a body. And very, very quickly into the video, you realize that they have indeed found a body of a man who sadly ended his life, and it has been hung from a bough. He hung himself, I believe. And what follows in the video is that Logan and his friends are being absolute buffoons and making it seem like it's something shocking and yet cool, and they're kind of torn between their reaction, which is obviously very animated. You know, they're YouTubers, they are used to giving out their opinions on things, but it almost seemed that they were laughing and joking a bit too much about this. If you were a decent person, what you do is you turn off your camera. You don't go seeking out these people. You turn off your camera, you call for help, and you allow the appropriate authorities to deal with this matter in the way that is suitable to the country, whatever is the law in that particular country. In this case, it was Japan. I know that Logan Paul has taken down the video, fair enough, but he still had the ability and the opportunity to shoot the video, to have the video edited or to edit the video, to decide to upload the video. And being a YouTuber and a very successful YouTuber, he understands that this is going to get him views. Regardless of whether he decided to monetize the video, which he said he didn't, he realized that this will still, in making a video, drive traffic to the channel. People will see this video, people will copy the video, do reaction videos, all the regular circus which follows a Paul Brothers video. Which I think is in incredibly poor taste. I know that he has put out an apology video, and guess what? Even an apology video still generates views, it still generates monetization, it still generates interest from sponsors. And this is where I have a real issue with these kinds of videos, because people forget that this is not just fake or make-believe or entertainment. There is nothing entertaining about death. There is nothing entertaining or fun or banterish about publicizing somebody who you didn't even know and their death. From the point of view of someone who has found a body, when you find a body, nothing takes that image away from finding someone who has passed away. And from my experience, I felt no kind of need to pull up my smartphone or my camera, and I had both on me at the time because I was already doing my YouTube videos at the time that I found somebody in a park when I was out going for a walk. To me, I will never forget that image, and from the very blurred out images that I can see of people's reaction videos, I absolutely do believe that this was real, that they did find a real person. And I just want to say to the person's family, who are family of that man who's taken his life, on behalf of YouTubers everywhere, I am so sorry, incredibly sorry that another YouTuber thought that it was entertaining to film those moments, those very private, desperate last moments of that person. And I know that he had already passed. He wasn't still alive. It was quite evident from the video footage that I saw that the man was not alive, unfortunately. But it doesn't make it any better. Just because he would never have known that this video has been made, it doesn't mean that this won't affect that person's family. It was Logan Paul. Logan Paul found this poor person hanging from a tree before that person's family would have even known that this person had passed away. How is that supposed to make this family feel? Now, anytime they go on social media and look for anything to do with YouTube or anything else, they will be reminded that their beloved family member who is now departed has been shared hundreds of thousands, if not millions of times before they even knew that he passed away. And that is not okay. And I do think that YouTube needs to take a greater stance on these kinds of videos, to do lots more monitoring of what videos do go up from certain YouTubers who are known to put out very provocative content. I know there's a lot going on with the demonetization of different channels, but certainly I think that they have to take a greater look at the kinds of people who are putting up these sorts of video and to really think, is this the kind of image that YouTube wants? Because this doesn't just affect Logan Paul and Jake Paul, this affects every single YouTuber, because we all get tarred with the same brush. And once again, I would like to extend my deepest condolences to the person who passed away and their family, and to say I am so sorry that YouTube has done this, and that a content creator thought that it was okay to monetize and to get some kind of entertainment from that person's passing. For anybody who does find a body, I just want to let you know that you don't have to be afraid, because unfortunately death is just a part of what everybody has to go through, but it's how you deal with it which will help to define you as a person. If you happen to find a body, you have to make sure that you leave the area. If there's any children in the area, make sure that they leave the area immediately, because these are images that will haunt you until the day that you pass. And you have to call the emergency services, and you also have to call the authorities, the police. So whether it is 999 or 911 that you call, make sure that is your first call. Do not touch the body. If you see a body, I mean, I don't know if this is what everybody else feels, but I wanted to go over and the guy that I found, I wanted to bring him down from his bow, because I just felt that being suspended was just not dignified, and I wanted to bring him down, but I didn't, because you do not touch the body. You need to allow forensics teams to come in and to determine the cause of death, and to make sure that there's no foul play, and you don't want to get your DNA onto someone who you found. So whether it is someone who you found who's very who's on the ground or hanging, just don't touch the body. Just call the authorities, and also call a friend to come and help you if you have someone that you can trust who can help you through this. And if anybody out there is having dark thoughts or is thinking of ending their life, please realize that there are places that you can go who will give you help, and that every single life matters, and that suicide is, it might seem like an easy way to, not easy, I apologize for saying that, not easy, but it might seem like a way of dealing with a lot of depression and a lot of things that you may be carrying. But I can promise you, as somebody who has been through very dark times myself, there is always a lighter day at the end of the tunnel. I promise you there is. No matter how dark things seem right now, there are people who are willing to help you, because every single person matters. And again, I am just so sorry that Logan Paul thought that it was okay to create this video, because it's not. So please seek help if you are either finding a body, or if you have found a body and are having reoccurring images of finding that body, or if you are indeed thinking of suicide yourself. Please talk to someone who you can trust. Seek help, because every single person matters. Danny, is there anything that you wanted to add on this just while I'm live?
No, I think you did a really good job of covering everything. I just think it's really important that people realize that this should not be the standard in broadcasting or streaming in any way, to show this kind of content that's disrespectful in a lot of ways. I completely understand the desire and need to get additional, additional footage and content to keep your channels relevant, but this was just a very bad decision all the way around by this creator. And if he was looking for content, he could have done it in a much better way. As a matter of fact, he had the power to really make a difference with this. He could have turned this into a suicide awareness issue instead of laughing in a Minions hat at somebody. And Moreover, to the extent that you obviously know walking into a place that is well known for being a suicidal forest, the chances are you're going to find something like this. So the whole entire thing has to be questioned. And I think as a whole, you as the YouTube crowd really have to start holding everyone to a higher standard and realize that, you know, TV entertainment does not have to go downhill for it to be good or for it to be entertaining. Obviously, there's plenty of great content out there. You know, and you guys determine it. So just, you know, be respectful and definitely don't support people who are just disrespectful and jerks like that. I can't even imagine what, you know, that person's family is going through, and the fact that they're gonna have to deal with this, if they're even aware. I mean, chances are, honestly, these older generation might not even know to the extent of what it means to have this, you know, impact their lives. So sad stuff all the way around, terrible stuff. But thankfully, a lot of you guys out there are a really great crowd and supportive, and just know what you're looking at.
Yeah, and I know that it might seem interesting also to jump on the bandwagon and to do response videos to a video like this, and normally I wouldn't, but as someone who has found a body, I know how it can affect people. I know how it affects families, and the family of the person who I found contacted me and said thank you so much for being respectful, because he was such a tormented person, and I will never forget the way that he looks. And I've already sought help for myself in dealing with having found that person. But I just want to say to all YouTubers out there, please think before you roll the camera, and you have ample opportunity as you are editing videos, as you are putting up thumbnails, as you are doing your tags. You know exactly what you're doing, YouTubers, and I want people to know that who watch YouTubers. You know, this wasn't something that he did by mistake. It's not something he thought that any good would have come from. As Danny said, he could have made this something good. He didn't have to show the body. And I think that's incredibly disrespectful, because that video has already been copied. And regardless of whether Logan Paul takes it down and issues an apology, it still lives. Unlike the person, that footage will still live, and that family may be confronted with that footage at any point. So I'd just like to say to everybody, I'm very sorry that this is the first video of the new year. Again, if you are having any thoughts, please go and seek help. Every single one of you matters, every single one. Even if you feel that you don't, or that things are hopeless, you all matter. And this person didn't deserve to have this happen. And to Logan Paul, if he ever by some miracle watches this video and watches it the whole way through, please think about it, because you have such a massive platform. You don't realize the good that you can do with that platform. And it's so unfortunate that you decided to make a spectacle and a circus of someone's death. There is no reset button for that person. This will never be rectified, and no amount of money or apology that you throw at this family will ever change what you have done to the lasting memory of their loved one. So to everybody else, I know it's a weird thing to say, but I want to wish you all a very happy and a very healthy 2018, a very good new year. And please, to all content creators, think about what you are doing before you hit that record button and before you upload. I love you all, and I hope that you will have an amazing rest of the day. Again, I'm very sorry about this video. I just wanted to make it because it had to be done. So yeah, I love you all. Thank you all for watching.